up, Woody Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans, and today's anime Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Rurouni Kenshin 2023 episode 2 titled Tokyo Samurai Yahiko Myojin. So before I get into this, let me just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because of course this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one, feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below. So, well, how anime live reactions work is because, of course, I'm not sponsored, and the last thing I need is a copyright strike. I can't show anything on the screen. But on my end of things, I have the manga and the anime side by side because everything is from a manga reader's perspective. Now, in terms of art and animation, because I have developed a high standard courtesy of the amazing manga art and mama art I have been covering, yeah, I'm very particular when it comes to art, whether it be anime, manga, or manhwa. Watch my live reactions, you will see. But when it comes to writing, dialogue I'm a little bit more lenient on because not everything's going to be a one-to-one translation. But when we're talking about a direct manga to anime adaptation like this, it's all going to depend on certain things, especially when we have Watsuki involved in this. It's primarily going to be on episode, like how it flows, but part of me is just like, I want it to be exactly like the manga. I want the events to be exactly like the manga. But because Watsuki is involved, I might give it a pass. But if it's disjointed as fuck, nah, it's not going to get a pass. No freaking way. But anyways, let's get to this episode, which starts off with the adaptation of Chapter 2 and see what's in store for us today. Okay, one thing I've been having a problem with, and this is a problem that's in a lot of manga to anime adaptations, is that a lot of the comedy has been getting drained from manga to anime adaptations, and in the case of Karu, her voice actress is a problem here. Because I'm not getting the inflections from her voice to like really show that she is pissed the fuck off at Kenshin, and it really bothers me. I don't like it. And we're not getting the facial expressions either. That really frustrates me. I don't understand why we're not getting that. I know it's a nitpick, but Jesus, I'm getting sick of this shit. I'm getting sick of, like, the soul of the source material getting sucked out via the anime. Really? Okay, so after the opening song, it jumps to Yahiko's content at page 3 of chapter 3. Yahiko's voice actor, I don't mind. I'm actually happy with him. But as I said, we're not getting the facial expressions we need. I'm not getting, like, you know, when we get, like, the comedic gag, or what is it? Banter violence, there we go. We're not getting the art from that either, and that's been happening a lot lately, and it frustrates me. It does, but also, this soundtrack though, holy shit, this soundtrack is so inappropriate. I hate it. I hate this soundtrack so freaking much. Who thought this was a good idea to have this guitar here? I hate it here. No, this is so inappropriate. But Kenshin's line here, foolish pride or a strong sense of honor, was skipped. But anyways. But now it's jumping back to where it was left off in chapter 2. A weird part of where it's left in chapter 2. From what I'm seeing here, where they're in the market, I don't know how to feel about this. The soundtrack, I will say this though, the soundtrack is much better. This is like at the 5-minute, like 14-15 second mark. I'm not getting the nagginess. Like, that's the thing with with Karu. She is a nag. Where is the nag? Where is Nagi Karu? Like, it's bugging me that we're not getting her. The guy's face here at like the 5-minute 53-second mark. Oh my god, that head, that facial shape is wrong. It should be, the jawline should be way longer. It's bad. This is Rurouni. Rurouni, you are better than this. What the fuck is going on? I can't stand it. His face is way too wide. It's supposed to be way narrower and longer. Okay, so now it's jumping to Yahiko's content in, back to Yahiko's content in chapter 3. Where is it? It's, there we go. It's page 7 of chapter 3. I kind of understand what they're trying to do here. They're trying to do like a compare and contrast kind of situation to like compare the different type of tyranny, the different types of tyranny, the government tyranny and the tyranny that's like happening on the streets, which I'm not mad about. I'm not too mad about it. I'm very curious what you guys think in regards to it. Because if this was the way they were going to do it in terms of changing it, I can't hate it too much, but God, if you didn't tell me this was going to be a direct manga to anime adaptation, then this would be the route I would go with. But God damn it, it bothers me. It still bothers me. But again, Watsuki was working on this directly, so that's why I'm like, okay, this is probably what Watsuki wanted to do anyway. That's the only reason why I'm kind of like, okay, I gotta just remember, Watsuki working on this. He probably changed the order of the scenes to do the compare and contrast of the different types of tyranny. Okay, if you read Hokkaido arc especially, you know that's probably what he's going for here, and I'm not mad at that. My only issue here, in terms of, and I think it's because they had to adjust it for the scene change and all that, is that this is not where this scene takes place. It's not. That's it. Kind of, again, I understand why they're adjusting this scene or the location of this scene, but still bugs me. Was this just added content here? Interesting. If this is added content like I think it is, I am not mad at that because it gives more context. This is fine. So at the 7-minute 16-second mark, it jumps back to chapter 2, page 6, I believe. Yeah, of the manga. Now, this is where I understand. I do understand where they're going with this, but at the same time, I'm kind of torn on how I feel about the flow of it. I think it does work. You know what? It does kind of work, but at the same time, it's just like, again, I'm still trying to adjust to it. You know what? You got Yahiko there now. Again, I understand. I understand, and I kind of like how they're compensating for this change. It's pretty interesting. Okay, I have to talk about this. So, like at the 7-minute 57-58-second mark, when we get a look at the sword-bearing police armies, or I said army, sword-bearing police uniforms, they are wrong. They are wrong. Oh my god, they are horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Because if you look at them in the manga, they are military jackets. That's what they are. They got the buttons on both sides, and the belt is like on the hip, or the belt buckle's on the hip. Here, it's like in the center, and you have like one set of buttons down. This is horrible. I don't understand. I really don't get it. Why can't you? This happens in anime all the time, or lately in anime lately in anime, where they can't fucking get the clothes right. It frustrates me so much. I don't get it. It's right there. Watsuki, Matsuki, why did you approve this? Why? Now that I'm thinking about it, the way this was changed, it actually makes more sense for Yahiko in a way. For his storyline, I know, because before it was just about when Kenshin talked about like the heart of a samurai and stuff like that, it resonated with him because of his parents and all that. But I think having this and what Kenshin said, I think this works better. So Watsuki, selling me on this. Especially if with Yahiko's backstory, this makes more sense. Okay, now I'm sold on this. I'm gonna say this before we get into the chief's office. I do want to say this about the scene here. It's still a little bit stiff, mind you, but the soundtrack is so much better. Oh my god, it's so much better. But goddamn, this art and animation, I don't know what's going on with Leiden. I don't understand what's going on over there. And granted, Bleach has some stiff art and animation as well, but Jesus Christ, Leiden. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing? What did you invest that money in? Like, seriously, I know this, well, my insider tells me anyway, that the animation studios are up in the budgets, and I don't know what the fuck you are investing in. Seriously, Leiden, how did you spend this money? Were you just I know the production team is stacked, but Jesus, man. Did you just invest all the money in the talent and not in anything else? Like, what the fuck is going on? Seriously. But this the chief's office here is beautiful, though. I will say that. While a lot of the movement is stiff for the upper body, in terms of people, a lot of the settings here look really nice. They do. Not as nice as the original. Yeah, they don't. That's how a lot of anime is right now, sadly. But this does look good, considering. Jesus, this nose is killing me. Oh my god, it's so long. We have visual exposition. Oh my god, we have visual exposition. This makes me happy. This is what I wanted to see. This is what makes an manga to anime adaptation here. It's stuff like this, because in the manga, we only have the like the Ishin Shishi typically came from 5 regions. We only have it in writing. We have a map. Thank you. And the map looks good too. And this is at the 12-minute 17-second mark. I'm so fucking happy with this. This is what I want to see more of. Give me more of this, especially for an historical-based fiction series like this. This is what we need more of. Educate us, please. I don't know why before we get into the action stuff, I do want to make sure I emphasize this. These uniforms look fucking horrible. I can't stand how even, the general's uniform, especially here with the tassels, oh my god, those tassels look fucking terrible. Holy shit, they look bad. They look horrible. I don't know what's going on in terms... I think my Aniplex Insider told me about what was going on with line work to an extent. That it's just something, I think it's just something that's happening in the anime industry. It's just an industry-wide problem. Yeah, it is an industry-wide problem. He confirmed that for me. That's what it was. Duh. But, God. But anyways, let's get back to this fight here. This soundtrack is so much better. Don't put bullshit rock up in this. Please, just keep it orchestral. But Now we get to the good stuff. Let's get to this action here. Where is the blood? Where is the blood? Why isn't there any blood? Why is it stiff? But more importantly, where's the fucking blood? And where's the aura? This position is so fucking stiff. This is what I mean by stiffness, okay? So this is like at the 14-minute mark or whatever, and Kenshin saying his stuff. He's like this. In the manga, he's looking badass. He's like this, and he has the sword, like, he has the sword, and it's laying on his arm. But, like, he's, like, looking like this. He's like, he's in profile, and he's, like, just chilling. He's not, like, standing up like this and stiff. No, he's leaning back. It's so fucking stiff. And, like, you have this scarf is, like, is in motion. It's just... I don't like how stiff this is looking. This is a huge problem. And the people in the background are looking stiff too. It's not just Kenshin. This whole thing is stiff as fuck. I don't understand why. I don't understand why Leiden is making everything so fucking stiff. It's very, and again, this is not, Leiden, I'm picking on you right now because, you know, this is your fucking production, but it's not limited to Leiden. No, there's a lot of other anime. I'm looking at JC staff too, especially, that do a lot of fucking stiff-ass animation. It drives me nuts. It's hard for me to watch manga to anime adaptations when it's stiffer than hell. This looks, that's the thing, when we see Kenshin, like, do, like, these, like, final strikes and whatnot, it looks cool. It doesn't look as, like, stiff. But there's one thing I have to ask. Where is the blood? Where is it? Where is the blood? Where's the blood? Am I gonna just title this Where's the Blood? Because that's really where is the fucking blood? We saw the blood last episode. Why aren't we seeing blood this week? You know why I don't think we're seeing blood this week? Because this is good. This is the same shit. This is why. Because this is the broadcast version, and I'm guessing that only the Blu-ray is going to have the blood, have blood up in there. We're not going to see blood. Only the Blu-ray is going to have the blood, which fucking sucks. That's some bullshit. That is bullshit. But something I do want to know from you guys is what you guys think about Yahiko being inserted here. And do you guys think that this makes more sense for Yahiko's story compared to what we get in the manga? I'm kind of split on it. I kind of like it. Part of me likes it, and the other part of me is like, it could go either way, but I think based on the structure so far, I think it's flowing just fine. This soundtrack is so much better. I really, there could have been so much more done with this in terms of, like, the art animation to, like, really give it that extra pow, even better than the manga, at least in my opinion. A good example of this, by the way, is, like, March Comes In Like a Lion. What Shaft did with March Comes In Like a Lion, how it enhanced it, especially with the metaphorical art. I would love to see it here, especially when we have, like, Kenshin saying his thing about wanting to protect, about as long as I have a sword, I can at least protect the people around me, or the stuff about, or his, like, the talk about the revolution and stuff like that. You could have done some really cool stuff in terms of art animation, especially in terms of how times have changed in that. Like, you could have done some really cool visuals depicting some of the stuff that happened on the revolution and how it transitioned into the Meiji era. Like, you could have done, like, some cool flashback stuff or something, or just, like, a still image, like quick still images or something. I would have loved to seen that. But it's okay. It is what it is. I am getting for the most part, I am getting what I want. But I kind of expected just a little bit more. Considering that Watsuki is here. well, he thought he was cracking the whip, but not as much as I thought. And the writing is different. I'm talking about the art and animation. And yes, I wish Kenshin had more hair on his freaking head. It's very, very distracting. That is one thing that I wish it was brighter, and yes, I have the colored version in front of me, by the way. I wish it was brighter and was fuller. God, it would look so much better if it was brighter and fuller. I like this setup here, because this is definitely some filler, but I like this setup here with Yahiko at the end, or at a little after the 19-minute mark. I like this setup. This is fantastic. Because that's what we know what we're going to be getting. We're definitely going to be getting the rest of Chapter 3 adapted next week. This is when filler is okay for me. I'm fine with, if you're going to give me this kind of filler, Watsuki, I am down with that. But at the 19-minute 17-second mark, we get the start of Chapter 3's adaptation of the manga. Or what I thought was that start of Chapter 3's adaptation of the manga. No, I guess not. But the line here that we're seeing is the final line from their first meeting in Chapter 3, though, which is at page 7 of Chapter 3. But I see what they're doing now. Okay. I thought it was going to be next week, but nah. We're getting it today, or at least this part today. We are going to get the part that I was thinking of next week, but we are going to get this part at least today. The rest of page 7 today. Okay, good. Yeah, so we're definitely ending around, like page 8, page 7, page 8-ish of Chapter 3. But man, I'm really annoyed because we got all this blood in episode 1, and now we're not getting it anymore. Oh, motherfuckers, this is bait. That was baiting right there. So yeah, I guess if you want the full uncut version, you have to wait until the Blu-ray comes out, because that's just how it's going to be. I fucking hate these companies for this shit. Ugh. That's why we're not getting blood. I know it. I know that's why we're not getting blood. Because it's not I know part of it's probably broadcast. Part of me is thinking it's because of the broadcasting law, regulations in Japan. But the other part of me is like, nah, this is some bullshit if it's broadcasting regulations be damned. Nah, this is because they want you to buy the Blu-ray. That's what I think anyway. But overall, with this episode, in terms of how the content was altered to get, in terms of Yahiko's content, I'm actually not mad at it. I actually like how Yahiko, his story is starting, and how how their meeting started sooner. And his story kind of makes a little bit more sense now in terms of how he wants to join the Kamiya school, or like at least follow Kenshin and stuff like that. I do like that a little bit more. I think it's going to be way more powerful. I like especially since he sees that Kenshin fought back against tyranny, and that inspires Yahiko to fight back against, the tyranny that he's dealing with. We have the parallels of the tyranny. I really do like that. So I'm not completely mad at this. This is not like, I'm glad this is not a fruits basket situation. Thank God this is not a fruits basket situation. Oh my God, that shit pissed me off. This isn't a Bleach situation either. You know what? To be fair, I think this is kind of doing what Bleach is trying to do, but doing it a little bit better. In terms of writing, I mean. The art and animation, though, is still a problem, obviously. But the writing, for the most part, is not. It's just the writing. It's just the fucking art and animation. I hate that they're baiting you. They're baiting us here. Lion, stop doing that. That's very annoying. But anyways, I'm very curious what you guys thought of this episode, especially in terms of the changes in the writing. I'm actually not mad at it. I think it's really interesting. I wonder if we're going to get changes in Sanosuke's writing. I kind of would like to see. I'm very curious. Actually, I'm really curious. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we'll get something similar with Sanosuke? If we get something a little bit more in depth with Sanosuke's introduction, I would not mind it. I would not mind it. Because I love Sanosuke, so I'm biased. if it's something like Yahiko's where it makes sense and it's not just like shoehorn in and it just feels awkward and makes the episode disjointed, I will be okay with that. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Rurouni Kenshin content. A few ways you could do that. Donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.